They asked us to have a picture with the governor, so I'm sorry that we're late. I'm Marilyn Petito Devaney, and I'm very pleased to be presiding over this hearing for Martin Long as an administrative judge. And I'd like to introduce the counselors. To my right, Christopher Iannella,
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Council.
Robert Juvenville, Joseph Ferrara.
Afternoon.
I don't know where Terry Kennedy's absent. Okay, and so we have Paula DePaula and Eileen Duff and Mira Hurley.
Counselor Kennedy had a death in his family.
Pardon me?
Counselor Kennedy had a death in his family.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Condolences.
So I do want to just state one thing. I asked the counselors, and it's unsuccessful, I hope I be successful today, to put cell phones away, to give respect to the nominee and to the position that we hold, and to give full attention. And I'm going to ask anyone who wants to speak to take the oath. So, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
I guess there's no one here except you. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to begin by reading the letter of the governor. Dear councilors, I am pleased to nominate Martin Long for reappointment to the Industrial Accident Reviewing Board as an administrative law judge to a 6-year term which will expire on January 4th, 2029. I submit this nomination for the advice and consent of the Executive Council pursuant to Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 23E, Section 4. I am enclosing the nominee's resume for your review. So, having said that, you don't have any witnesses?
I don't today, Counselor.
Oh, okay.
Your reputation precedes.
Excuse me. This is unusual, so that's fine. You're comfortable with it, then, okay. So, having no witnesses in favor, is there anyone here that is not on the list who would like to speak in favor of this nominee? Hearing none, is there anyone in opposition? Hearing none, now we'll ask you for your presentation.
Thank you, Councilor Petito Devaney. And thank you to all the councilors inviting me here today for my reappointment hearing on my application to continue as an administrative law judge at the Department of Industrial Accidents. Thank you also to Governor Baker, Lieutenant Governor Lito, Attorney Ross, and also I believe a special thanks goes out to Councilor Iannello and the senior judge Hernandez, who, as I understand it, have been instrumental in the reappointment process here. And I know that all of the judges who have been reappointed and the 2 that are here before you today are very grateful and appreciate your efforts.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to continue to serve as an administrative law judge because this position is the most gratifying and fulfilling position that I've had in my 30-plus years as a workers' compensation practitioner. The work is both challenging and fulfilling because it's intellectually stimulating to work on the cases that I work with, both as part of a panel and generally with my other colleagues, administrative law judges. The team aspect that we have at the reviewing board is second to none. It's nothing like anything that I've ever experienced. And working with colleagues that you respect and admire and can call friends is something that I really value and treasure. And I would like to continue to do that. I'm also very pleased with the civic public servant aspect of the position. And since I have been an administrative law judge for the past 6 years, I've never forgotten that that's exactly what I am. I'm a public servant. I'm always very courteous and conscientious to any requests that come before me, either by attorneys or litigants or anyone. And I pride myself on being professional and courteous and very timely in everything that I do. I've also never forgotten the general arching overview of the workers' compensation statute, which is the beneficent design of the workers' compensation statute. And I see to it really on a daily basis that employees' best interests are always protected. In short, when you find a job that is intellectually challenging and the administration, coworkers, assistants, everybody on your team is pleasant to work with, it's something that you want to keep, and I would ask for your votes and support.
Thank you. So I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to, as a facilitator, I will ask a question last. So I'm going to call on, who's to my right? Christopher Iannella.
No questions. Great appointment. I should say reappointment. Everyone I talk to, you're doing an outstanding job. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Councilor Iannella.
And the next is Eileen Duff.
I have no questions. I want to say thank you for reapplying and for being willing to do this work. It's specialized. There aren't that many attorneys that are as specialized as you are, and we appreciate you stepping up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Paula.
Thank you. I don't have questions, but as I'll say to the next nominee, on these reappointments we've had, everyone I speak with in the practice likes the way the department is run and likes the work you're doing and your colleagues. And in our work and some of the appointments we make, it's very refreshing to have a department that is functioning well and have folks being collegial and working together. So is my impression accurate from your perspective?
Absolutely accurate. The workers' compensation bar is one of the kindest and best bars to work in that I've ever experienced. It's very collegial, so your impression is spot on.
Great. Well, you have a lot of supporters, including Councilor Iannella and others who've called me about you and this hearing as well. So I look forward to supporting you.
I appreciate it, Councilor.
Thank you, Council.
Council Hoy.
Thank you. We spoke, and both for you, Judge Long, and for Judge Fabricant, what I know about the workers' comp law or the industrial accident board, you could put in a thimble. But I am with Pellegrini, Sealy, Ryan, and Blakely, and both of you get very high marks. So I would intend to vote for you next week.
I appreciate that, Councilor.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Thank you. I don't have any questions. I do want to say again, I know Attorney Occasion's here, Attorney Nealon, Attorney Flaherty all reached out to me, and my good friend Council Iannella, who I put a trust in these guys because they're the ones who appeared before you, all have great things to say. So I'm saying this on behalf of you and the next nominee as well. So I don't just repeat myself, but all of them give you 5-star reviews, and you have my support next week. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councilor.
Thank you.
Council Juvenile.
Before you say, unfortunately, I have to leave. My wife's stepmother has got hours to live. She's waiting on a plane and a 4:30 plane, so
You
I
better
have to
leave.
go. Good to see Mike Occasion here. Judge, I'm 100% on your team, but I do have to leave.
Councilor, I appreciate that. My condolences.
Yeah, she's going to Florida right now.
I'm so sorry, Chris.
Thank you.
Also, I forgot to mention, Councilor Iannella has been instrumental in getting all of you folks.
Keep her in our prayers.
reappointed.
Before you leave council, I know.
Council
yeah,
Juvenile speaking.
Also repeat with council.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said
I don't have any questions. I reiterate what everybody's been saying here today, and I thank you for acknowledging Councilor Ianella's work on your behalf. And he's the go-to guy in BIA, so you're fine with me.
Thank you,
Both of you.
Council. Thank you, Councilor.
So 32 years you've been at this particular type of work,
Yes.
right? Can ask more than that to be on the Industrial Accident Board. Now, there are people out there that are watching, and they have no idea what an administrative law judge is and what a reviewing judge is. So would you tell us the difference in what your position is and how it differs?
Yeah, I think the difference that you're looking for is an administrative judge
Administrative,
and an administrative law judge. And
Yes.
very basically, the administrative law judges and the reviewing board, we are the appellate arm of the Department of Industrial Accidents. So we do not hear cases in the first instance. We don't take evidence. We don't take testimony. The administrative judges that actually take the hearings do all of that, and they issue hearing decisions, written hearing decisions. And if one or both parties are unhappy with the administrative judge's written hearing decision, then they can appeal to the reviewing board. And then we will examine the judge's written decision to be sure that it complies with the law. It's not beyond the scope of his authority. And that's really the main difference.
right? So that is, so you're the final say. It doesn't go any further. There's no further appeals?
No, it does. If the parties are unhappy with what we issue, then they can appeal to the appeals court and then to the Supreme Judicial Court.
I see. So, I've met with you and thank you for all the time you afforded me. Tell me, has there been many decisions that come before you that you have to look into?
Oh, yeah, I mean, every decision that we have that we decide has a viable issue, because sometimes there are appeals that don't have issues that are viable, that there's really no appealable issue there. But every time that there's an appealable issue, we do. Yeah.
Right. So, you started out in your practice 33 years ago with you represented more what not
When
in
when I first started my career, it was exclusively employees.
yeah.
And then as I developed in my career, I started doing work for insurance companies as well. But all along, I've always represented employees.
Right. Well, you've shown that balance, and I think that, how do you think that makes you a better, better on the board, having that experience on both sides?
Well, I think it gives you a good sense of impartiality and being able to look at both sides objectively to make the correct decision.
Right. Well, we obviously don't have any questions. I'm pleased that you have been reappointed and you are accepting, to stay on the board. And I personally am very pleased to be voting for you once again. So we'll be voting next Wednesday. I'm sure that the council are always, and by their comments, a lack of comments that they don't need, we're very happy to see you being reappointed. So thank you so much.
Councilor
Appreciate
Pacito Devaney, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you, councilors.
You're welcome,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you.